Haven ground Tukus Tree 17 X-ray heavy with Kilo request taxi to the active south departure.
Tukus Tree 17 X-ray heavy taxi 2 and hold short of runway 2 using taxiway Delta Alpha cross runway tree 2 Bravo. Contact tower on 124.8 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 2 using taxiway Delta Alpha cross runway tree 2 Bravo Tukus Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
New objective taxi to edge of the runway. Once, taxi phase. You now have clearance to enter the taxiway area and follow the designated route to your assigned runway. To begin, gently apply throttle until ground speed reaches approximately 15 knots using rudders to steer. Listen for ATC instruction en route and be prepared to stop and give way to other ground traffic.
Avion Express Tree 24 heavy exit runway when able.
New sub-objective, follow taxiway to reach designated. New sub-objective, stop before entering runway and tune ATC radio to tower. Clear. Button. Clear. Button.
New Haven ground Cessna November 77 Tree Alpha Bravo with Kilo ready to taxi IFR. Cessna November 77 Tree Alpha Bravo taxi 2 and hold short of runway 2 using taxiway Delta Alpha cross runway tree 2 Bravo. Contact tower on 124.8 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 2 via taxiway Delta Alpha cross runway tree 2 Bravo Cessna Tree Alpha Bravo.
New Haven Tower Tukus Tree 17 X-ray heavy ready for south departure at runway 2.
Tukus Tree 17 X-ray heavy wind calm departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 2.
Cleared for takeoff runway 2 Tukus Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Isolene map. On. New objective takeoff on runway. 2 steps.
B1.
New objective complete initial climb to 500 feet
Two Goose Tree
HVN.
17 X-ray heavy,
One
continue
steps.
for south departure.
New Haven Tower 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy, continue for south departure.
Two Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
New Haven Tower 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy, frequency change. New York approach 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy is tight, Boeing 4 miles north
Yes.
of New Haven 700 feet.
/A.
Request flight following.
Toggle to cast. U.
Two Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy, New York approach.
317X heavy
Squawk
is tight going 4
0424.
miles north of New Haven 7. New York. 1.
Squawk 0424 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
4 took us 317X heavy.
500.
Two Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy radar contact 5
400.
miles north of New Haven 700 feet.
Took us 317X
Altimeter
heavy
29er
radar
decimal
contact
9er
5
2.
miles north of New Haven 700 feet.
500.
Roger 2
Altimeter
Goose Tree
29.92.
17 X-ray heavy.
1. Request IFR clearance for
New York
instrument
approach 2
activity
Goose
button.
Tree 17 X-ray heavy 6 miles northeast of New Haven. Request IFR to Concord, ready to copy.
Two Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy is cleared to Concord Airport as filed. Squawk 0424.
2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy cleared to Concord Airport as filed.
500.
Squawk 0424.
Two Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy readback correct. Radar contact 1,000 feet. Altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 turn right heading 240. Proceed on course climb and maintain 6,800 feet.
Turn right heading 240. Proceed on course climb and maintain 6,800 feet. 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Turn right heading 240. Proceed. 2. 3.
Two Goose Tree
Request
17
cruising
X-ray
altitude
heavy
increase
contact
by
Boston
3,000
Center
feet.
on 128.1. Good day.
128.12 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Heavy contact Boston
Goodbye.
Center on 100 and U.
Boston Center 2 Goose Tree
Boston
17
Center
X-ray
2
heavy is
317.
passing 2,900 feet, climbing 6,800 feet.
317X heavy is passing
Two Goose Tree 17
2,900
X-ray heavy
feet,
Boston
climbing
Center altimeter
6,800
29er decimal 9er 2 radar contact continue.
2. 2. Request cruising 3, 7, 0, 9.
Boston Center 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy. Request flight level 240.
Two Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy climb and maintain 6,800 feet. Expect flight level 240.
ATC.
Climb and maintain 6,800 feet. Expect flight level 240. 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Generic 7 Mike Tango traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 4,700 feet Boeing. Report them in sight. Two Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180. 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Generic 7 Mike Tango traffic in sight.
AI control. The aircraft is currently being flown by the AI pilot assist and will not accept user input. To resume manual flight control.
17 X-ray Heavy contact Boston Center on 132 decimal tree. Good day.
Going to 132 decimal tree 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy. Boston Center 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy is passing 15,000 feet climbing flight level 180.
2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Boston Center altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 radar contact continue. 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy climb and maintain flight level 240.
Climb and maintain flight level 240 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy.
Boston Center Brickyard 5805 heavy flight level 230. Exit 9er 74 you are 26 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway tree 4 approach. Brickyard 5805 heavy Boston Center radar contact. Continue to Papa Victor Delta. Boston Center Speedbird 177 heavy is passing 8,500 feet climbing flight level 190. Speedbird 177 heavy Boston Center altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 radar contact. Continue to Rover. 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 230 Boeing. Report them in sight. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway tree 4 approach exit 9er 74. Brickyard 5805 heavy traffic is 7 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 210 Boeing. Report them in sight.
2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy have the Boeing in sight.
Brickyard 5805 heavy traffic in sight. Boston Center Piedmont 5858 heavy is passing flight level 235 descending 16,000 feet. Piedmont 5858 heavy Boston Center radar contact continue. 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy contact New York Center on 121 decimal 125. Good day.
121 decimal 125 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy. Goodbye. New York Center 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy is at flight level 230 climbing flight level 240.
2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray heavy New York Center radar contact continue. 118 heavy, New York Center altimeter, 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy contact, New York Center on 118.9er, 75. Good day. Delta 19er, 18 heavy, you are 13 miles northeast of Kennedy. Contact Kennedy Tower on 119.1 when inbound on the approach.
118.975 Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy. Goodbye. New York Center Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy flight level 240.
Alaska 24 heavy, you are 16 miles southwest. Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 left approach via NRTON transition. Clear to NRTON. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy, New York Center radar contact, continue. Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 left approach via NRTON transition. Clear to NRTON Alaska 24 heavy.
Washington Center Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy flight level 240.
Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy Washington Center radar contact continue. Center on 125.45. Good day. American 885 Heavy. Goodbye. Washington Center Brickyard 4709er Heavy is passing 16,900 feet, climbing flight level 210. Delta 2516 Heavy contact center on 1.525. Good day. Brickyard 4709er Heavy Washington Center altimeter 29.9er 2 radar contact. Continue. Washington Center American 885 Heavy is at flight level tree 50, descending flight level tree 40. American 885 Heavy Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Papa Victor Delta. Brickyard 4709er Heavy contact New York Center on 118.9er 75. Good day. One tree 2.525 Delta 2516 Heavy. Goodbye. Envoy tree 45 Heavy contact New York Center on 128.3. Good day. Going to 118.9er 75 Brickyard 4709er Heavy. Going to 128.3 Envoy tree 45 Heavy. American 9er 605 Heavy contact Philadelphia approach on 123.8. Good day. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray Heavy contact center on 125.45. Good day.
125.45 Tuku's tree 17 X-ray Heavy. Goodbye. Center Tuku's tree 17 X-ray Heavy flight level 240.
Tuku's tree 17 X-ray Heavy center radar contact. Continue.
tree 2.525 Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy. Goodbye. Center Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy flight level 240.
Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy center radar contact continue. Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy contact Washington Center on 132.55. Good day.
1 tree 2.55 Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy. Goodbye. Washington Center Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy flight level 240.
Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy Washington Center radar contact continue. Traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 205 Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
Tukus tree 17 X-ray heavy have the Cessna Skyhawk in sight.
at 10,000 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Southwest 8864 heavy traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 10,800 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Delta 279er heavy have the traffic. Delta 279er heavy traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at 10,800 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Delta 279er heavy have the traffic. Southwest 8864 heavy traffic in sight. Southwest 8864 heavy contact Potomac approach on 126.825. Good day. Southwest 8864 heavy. Goodbye. Southwest 3047 heavy, you are 29er miles south. Climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect vectors ILS runway 1 approach. JetBlue 632 heavy traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 340 Boeing. Report them in sight. Delta 279er heavy contact Potomac approach on 126.75. Good day. Endeavor 4860 heavy traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 310 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Going to 126.75 Delta 279er heavy. Expect ILS runway 19er left approach via Tupper transition. Cleared to TOPR United 1071 heavy. 2047 heavy contact Washington Center on 120.65. Good day. Going to 120.65 United 1071 heavy. Going to 120.65 Southwest 3047 heavy. Delta 988 heavy contact Washington Center on 120.65. Good day. Going to 120.65 Delta 988 heavy. Washington Center Lufthansa 418 Heavy is at 12,300 feet, descending 12,000 feet. Lufthansa 418 Heavy Washington Center altimeter 29.902 radar contact continue. Brickyard Tree 401 Heavy contact Washington Center on 120.65. Good day. Allegiant 26 Tree Heavy traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at 12,200 feet Boeing. Report them in sight. Lufthansa 418 Heavy traffic is 10 o'clock 2 miles at 10,000 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Allegiant 26 Tree Heavy traffic alert. 4 o'clock less than 1 mile 12,100 feet Boeing. Report them in sight. Lufthansa 418 heavy traffic in sight. Brickyard Tree 401 heavy. Goodbye. Washington Center Brickyard Tree 401 Heavy is at 8,500 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Brickyard Tree 401 Heavy Washington Center altimeter 29.902 radar contact, continue to Cassie. Lufthansa 418 Heavy, you are 51 miles south. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet, expect ILS runway 19er left approach via Topa transition. Cleared to TOPR. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 19er left approach via Topa transition. Cleared to TOPR Lufthansa 418 Heavy. Washington Center Southwest 2457 Heavy is passing flight level 1905, descending 13,000 feet. Southwest 2457 Heavy Washington Center radar contact, continue to BLEI. Tokus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day.
Going to 118.75 Tukus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy. Washington Center Tukus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy flight level 240.
Tukus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Washington Center radar contact continue. One Tree 5 decimal for Delta Tree 86 Heavy. Goodbye. contact Washington Center on 135.4. Good day. Allegiant 1089er heavy traffic is 12 o'clock 3 miles at 7,900 feet, says the Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Going to 135 for generic 72 Yankee. Lindbergh 4179er, traffic in sight. Allegiant 1089er, heavy traffic in sight. Tucum's Tree 17 X-ray heavy, contact Washington Center on 135.4. Good day.
135.4 Tucum's Tree 17 X-ray heavy. Goodbye. Washington Center Tucum's Tree 17 X-ray heavy, flight level 240.
Tucum's Tree 17 X-ray heavy, Washington Center radar contact continue. Center altimeter 29.9 or 2 radar contact continue.
Goodbye. Washington Center 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Flight Level 240.
2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Washington Center radar contact continue. 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day.
Going to 118.75 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy. Washington Center 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Flight Level 240.
2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Washington Center radar contact continue. Washington Center on 124.05. Good day.
124.05 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy. Goodbye. Washington Center 2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Flight Level 240.
2 Goose Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Washington Center radar contact continue. Report them in sight. Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray heavy descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet. Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Washington Center Goodspeed 4 Tree 6 is at 7,500 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Goodspeed 4 Tree 6 Washington Center altimeter 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue. Cessna Tree 5 Romeo, have the traffic. Allegiant 129er 5 Heavy, contact Atlanta Center on 128.8. Good day. Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray Heavy, you are 71 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude, expect RNAV runway to approach via locust transition.
Follow
Cleared to
instructions
locust.
to enter the traffic pattern at the arrival airport. For extra
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway to approach via locust transition. Cleared to locust. Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Cessna Tree 5 Romeo, contact Atlanta Center on 128.8. Good day. 128.8 Allegiant 129er 5 Heavy. Goodbye. Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray Heavy, contact Atlanta Center on 128.8. Good day. Going to 128.8 Cessna Tree 5 Romeo.
128.8 Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray heavy. Goodbye. Atlanta Center Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray heavy is at 16,900 feet, descending 14,000 feet.
Tuku's Tree 17 X-ray Heavy, Atlanta Center altimeter 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue to locus. contact approach on 124.35. Good day. Atlanta Center, Delta 524 heavy flight level tree 50. Delta 524 heavy Atlanta Center radar contact continue. Going to 124.35, SkyWest 5 tree, 9er 5 heavy. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy descend and maintain 2,900 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,900 feet. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy.
Allegiant 129er 5 heavy contact Atlanta Center on 133.15. Good day. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy contact Atlanta Center on 133.15. Good day.
133.15. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy. Goodbye. Atlanta Center Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy is passing 12,500 feet, descending 2,900 feet.
Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy Atlanta Center altimeter to 9er.9er, 2 radar contact, continue to locus. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy contact approach on 128.25. Good day.
128.325. Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy. Goodbye. Approach Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy is passing 11,300 feet, descending 2,900 feet.
Tuku's tree 17 X-ray heavy approach altimeter to 9er.9er, 2 radar contact, continue to locus.
2500.
base position. Press left click to interact.
Tree 17 X-ray Heavy, you are 10 miles south of Concord. Contact Concord Tower on 1.65 when inbound on the approach.
Flight assistant. New objective.
Tower
prepare
on
to land at
134.65
destination airport.
Tukus Tree 17 X-ray
1
Heavy.
steps. McCaffrey,
Concord Tower
GIS
Tukus
height.
Tree 17 X-ray Heavy 8 miles south inbound Arnav runway 2 approach.
Tukus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy Concord Tower.
Off.
Altimeter 29.902 wind calm cleared
Landing
Arnav runway 2
assistance is
approach.
active.
Tukus Tree 17 X-ray
landing.
Heavy wind calm cleared to land runway 2.
This assistance option will make minor corrections to throttle and pitch angle.
Cleared to land runway 2 Tukus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy.
Airspeed too low.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
On. Toggle button. Select to adjust setting. Off. PI auto trim. Off. Toggle button. Minimums. Aero minimums. New objective taxi aircraft to chosen destination. 1
Tukus
steps.
Tree 17 X-ray Heavy exit
Concord,
runway when able.
Tukus 317 1. 1. Tune Concord ATIS on 121.150. Button. New sub-objective.
Tukus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy contact ground on 121.85.
121.85 Tukus Tree 17 X-ray Heavy. Goodbye.
Four, 2, go back to clearing. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, U, 1, 1, 3.
Concord Airport information, Echo 0100 Zulu. Wind calm.
Taxi.
Visibility
4,
niner.
2,
Sky condition clear.
Taxi for takeoff
Temperature
options.
15.
Button.
Dew point 1 tree. Altimeter 29.902.
Anti-stall protection.
Visual runway 2 in use. Landing and
Toggle
departing
button.
runway 20.
Select to adjust settings.
VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have echo.
Excessive taxi speed. To reduce throttle, press joystick L axis C. To brake, press numpad DL.